Hey guys, CJ here. So, doing something new here because today was the release of the Sony Venom trailer. Well, the second one at least. The one I want to say this might be the one that played at San Diego Comic Con. I wasn't able to go to the panel, but I know some people that I knew of, Sam from over at JVS, and a couple other people were actually at that panel. But I think for all intents and purposes, this is basically more or less the same type of trailer that they got at San Diego Comic Con to an extent. I'll be very forthcoming about this. I wasn't at all on board with this movie per se, just because Venom as a character, I'm not gonna say I didn't like. I think he's cool character to an extent. Depending on what you're asking for. I think I'm more so a fan of the Flash Thompson Venom than more so on the Eddie Brock side of things, even though Eddie Brock as a character I thought was cool guy, very silly. Venom is very oozing in 90s, very silly character, and the basis of the character was always rooted in his hatred for Spider-Man, because Venom was originally a symbiote that was attached to Spider-Man. Coming out of Secret Wars, Spider-Man had a new suit. It was a Venom. It was a symbiote attached itself to Spider-Man. Spider-Man ditched the suit, and the suit got itself attached to Eddie. And basically, Venom as a character was always the jilted ex-girlfriend. Spider-Man moved on, and Venom was the ex-girlfriend that couldn't let go of the fact that he was ditched by Spider-Man, and Venom made Spider-Man's life a living hell in the comics and stuff as that character. And the looks and all that stuff came from the symbiote being part of Spider-Man. So when they said they were doing a solo Venom movie and Tom Hardy's playing Eddie Brock, and I saw that first trailer, I was like, But I'll say this though. So they did the second trailer, and I was like, all right, let's see what happens. So here we are. We're gonna be looking at this and kind of giving my reaction to it and whatever afterwards. So let's do this.
I'm Eddie Brock. I'm a reporter. I always seem to find myself questioning something the government may not be looking at.
Okay.
I found something
Symbionts.
really bad. And I have been...
Eddie.
Who said that? Taken.
Look around at the world. What do you see? A planet on the brink of collapse. Human beings are disposable. But man and symbiote combined. This is a new race, a new species. A higher life form.
What do you want from me?
You'll find out.
I am so sorry. We cannot just hurt people.
Look into my eyes, Eddie. The way I see it.
This was so
We can do
wow.
whatever we want. Do we have a deal? Eyes, lungs, pancreas. So many snacks, so little time.
That power, it's not completely awful.
You have no idea how much you're scaring me right now.
Eddie, cooperate. And you just might survive.
Guys, you do not want to do this, trust me. Giant leaps will always come at a cost.
Venom. Okay, I guess. Alright.
We will eat both your arms and then both of your legs, and then we will eat your face right off your head. You will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
the Wind.
We are Venom.
Oh, I have a parasite. Yeah. Name is Chen.
Like a turd in the wind. Hey, I admit, man, this is like the greatest prototype movie you will ever see on screen, and I think that's fine, I guess. I'm really trying to really have some optimism for this. I know this movie's based off the Lethal Protector storyline from the comics and stuff. It has some separation anxiety kind of vibes to it and stuff. I mean, the look of Venom is fine. I know a lot of people are saying, well, it's better than Spider-Man 3. That's cool. Bar is a little low for that, but okay, fine. I guess let me preface it like this, right? Okay, so I'm not asking for something to be panel for panel. That's impossible and stuff. I know Zack Snyder did it with Watchmen to varying degrees of, effects and such. I will say it's kind of the thing, like, to do a Venom movie without Spider-Man in some sort of capacity, it loses the point of what makes Venom Venom. Like, they're giving us, they're giving us all these different symbiotes and stuff, and like, to me, you're essentially you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. And I mean, that's cool, the visual pops and all this stuff. Because let me look it up. Because I think it was. Because I'm trying to remember the symbiote family. I know it was like different ones. Okay, so Riz Ahmed is supposed to be playing Riot, right? Now, the chick, I want to say she looked like she could be Scream, possibly in some sort of way, because that was one of the members and stuff. Like I said, they're doing the Life Foundation, all the different types of Venom symbiotes. But again, it goes back to what I'm saying. How can Venom look like that without being a part of Spider-Man in the first place? And I know most people won't understand that logic, but that's why the symbiotes from Venom, Carnage, Riot, Toxin, and all of them, that's why they look like Spider-Man in the eyes and face to an extent, because Venom was the symbiote that latches off on a Spider-Man and got the look, and that's the reason why he looks that way. So when I look at this movie, it just feels like kind of like that era pre-MCU where studios were just throwing out comic book movies because for the sake of just putting them out there. Like, because here's the thing, what the Nolan movies and even more so the MCU movie showed was that it's not enough to just put out a movie and say, hey guys, it's a comic book character. You have to do more than that. And when I look at this trailer, it gives off the vibe of they're throwing out this movie out here to say, hey guys, we did a Venom movie. They're doing all these little things like the We Are Venom and then that shot of Venom and stuff, which looks aight to me. I ain't necessarily over the moon with it, but it looks aight, and stuff. They're doing all these shots to be like, hey guys, we got action. We got him in the suit. That's cool, right? And I feel like I'm going to get swindled out of this. And I just feel, again, Sony is really not understanding that, again, it's not enough to just say we put Venom on the screen. That should be good enough. You got to do more. And to me, I don't get that vibe from this film that it's going to be more. It just feels like it's just going to be Venom out here doing badass stuff, and they know folks are going to be like, yeah, Venom, he ate that guy, even though Venom in the comics does not fucking eat people, but whatever. and it's not to say that as a director, people shouldn't be able to do something different with the character. It's just when you kind of deviate drastically from this character, like this movie is doing, you didn't really nail what makes Venom Venom. And I feel that's going to be the feeling of the movie is that, okay, we got Venom, but there's no meat to it. And that's what I don't get from this trailer. It just looks nice. Oh man, Venom's in it. But again, it's not enough to just do these comic book movies and just throw the comic book character and think that that's good enough. You have to do more to it. And I'm not getting that vibe from this movie. It just feels like they're just doing it for the sake of... And Sony's been kind of doing this too, because I'll be honest with you, Spider-Man is going to be sticking around the MCU for longer than just 3 movies. Let's just keep it real here. And I feel that Sony is banking on Venom to really show that they can still do this by themselves, and it's not going to necessarily work. And that's part of the reason why I feel Silver and Black is on the back burner. Because I mean, let's look at it. Let's back up for a second.
You'll find out.
Let's back up for a second here, because I'm trying to think if I can find... Where's the long clip of this? Alright, it looks alright, but like this, right? So I'm looking at that and I'm like, alright, he looks a little bit bigger than normal and all that stuff, but it just feels off. You know, so I don't know. It's just, you know, for me, I'm just kind of like, and I want people to understand, I'm not saying that this movie had to be in the MCU. Do not get it twisted. I feel that's what people are going to sit there and probably take away from this, is that you just wanted to be in the MCU. No, that's not the case. What I'm saying is, this movie feels like they just threw a bunch of stuff in there, particularly with this trailer. They threw a bunch of stuff in there to get people on board with the movie, and even little subtle things like in association with Marvel. Again, this movie is not MCU related at all. Don't let any of this shit fucking divert you from the fact that this movie is not MCU whatsoever. So I'm just saying, tread carefully. I don't necessarily have high hopes for this movie, and yeah, I mean, look, low bar is there. So, oh my God, Venom, he looks cool, and that's fine. But again, I just don't have faith that this movie is going to be as good as people want to think it is, and I think that ultimately, people, like I said, you as a person, you're allowed to feel if this movie's good. If you got some enjoyment out of it, I'm not trying to take away your joy. It's just, I feel once you get past all the fucking fluff on the front end, the movie overall isn't going to be that good. It just isn't. And I think that a lot of people that do this whole, well, you just wanted to be in the MCU. No, I'm not saying it has to. I'm saying as somebody that knows Venom, that has read books, this isn't Venom. This is Venom in name only, and it just feels like Prototype the movie. Prototype, the PS3 game, the PlayStation game, the PlayStation, I think, Xbox game, about a guy that can actually has a symbiote-esque type powers. This is what this movie is. I don't get any sort of Venom vibe from it. I don't get that from this. And you can sit there and make the case that, hey, directors should be able to do whatever. That's fine, but sorry, it's just not enough to just have these characters on screen. We're seeing this with the X-Men movies. Nobody fucking cares about those X-Men movies anymore. And it shows in the box office. Nobody fucking cared about X-Men Apocalypse. You want to know why? Because that movie was garbage. You know, and I think with this movie, it's a low-budget movie. Is it going to make us money? Yeah, but it's not going to be this runaway hit that it should be. And the fact that the bar is so low now, it's like, no, we as people should demand better. So it isn't doing anything for me to change my mind. Like, I was somebody that, like, I was very trepidatious about the Aquaman movie. I watched that trailer, and that's a trailer that gets me on board with that movie. It gets me on board. Like, it did everything that it needed to do to get me and give me hope that, okay, this movie's going to be great. And I don't get this from this trailer. Like, we got this. Like, okay, that's cool. You know, we got homegirl out here. We got this. Okay, Venom looks cool. He looks creepy, I guess. And okay, you know, her, I guess she, like I said, I guess she's supposed to be Scream to an extent. You know, I don't know whether it's gonna be a situation where he's gonna jump from the symbiote's gonna jump from body to body like that. I guess I don't know, but like I said, it's supposed to be Riot. You know, okay, you know, and this little thing here, trying to think. Okay, that's cool. He's killing. all right, cool, I guess, and stuff. But it doesn't, you know, like a turd in the wind. Like, come on, you know. But I don't know. But like I said, if you feel differently, feel free to comment below. If you want me to do this again, I have no problem doing it again, no problem. But yeah, I'm not entirely enthused by this and stuff. So yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts per se on this.